Do you think current restrictions look like they're working, or do they need to be toughened up or just enforced more?
Well, clearly there's a lot of non-compliance under the current arrangements. That's growing. I mean, you can see that. You can see it in the traffic on the roads. You can see it in the way people are behaving. I mean, and one hears about people deliberately not complying, otherwise law-abiding citizens. The difficulty is, I really don't think that we should be handing quite so much judgmental power to the police force. It's not normal in this country for policemen to have it is in others, but not normal in Britain for police to have the power to stop and fine on something which is a sort of judgmental issue. And we've seen with everything from the drone following a couple walking in the Peak District through to the £200 fine the other day on two people who'd gone to a great deal of trouble. It seemed to me to do the thing safely. And it turns into a slightly sort of puritanical heavy-handedness. Now, the trouble with that, I mean, apart from the fact it's very un-British, I mean, the trouble with that is that it will actually bring the law into disrepute. And I have to say, this has been obvious since March the 23rd, when the law under which this was is done was created by the state, by the government. If you actually give that amount of power to a police officer who's not an epidemiologist, he's not a doctor, he's having to carry out a sort of by guess and by God judgment of whether this is within or without the rules, and very vague rules at that, then it's a very bad way to go. It would have been a much better idea to take quite a long time, several days in Parliament, to actually hammer out the rules absolutely specifically, and then do it properly. Because what I suspect will happen is quite a lot of these cases will end up in court, and as we've seen already, when that happens, the court tends to find against the police. So it's. I think I can see the aim. But it's an inevitable outcome of a very crude piece of law that wasn't thought through properly in the first place.